Hello, Internet. This video is a quick update on the Jeep project on Scott's Garage, where my 90-year-old father and I are doing a complete frame-off restoration of our 1946 Willys CJ2A. And I thought it'd be good to give you an update, and also, before I put the tub on, to show you some things. If you are restoring your own Willys Jeep, I want to show you some things clearly without the tub in the way. Keep watching. Now, some of you may have seen a time lapse on my channel of putting the bell housing and the T90 and the Dana 18 transfer case. They're already bolted together, dropping them in place on the frame, and then using the lift and dropping the Go Devil engine into the frame and then mating them together. And the first thing I want to point out really is the secret to that. And if you'll notice on the bell housing, you have several bolts. And those bolts, I believe, are 3/8 of the diameter of the bolts. And they're shorter bolts, but that's not the secret. The secret are these longer bolts, and it's absolutely essential. You can notice that they're beefed up on this side. When you put those bolts in, they are completely square on. And when you mate the two together, it's important to put these bolts in first. And by so doing, it's going to line everything up. And then when you use the nuts and you cinch everything together, it just made it in together perfectly, really flawlessly. And those pins or bolts are the key. There's one on this side, and there's one on that side. And that really was the key to making it look easy. Okay, the second thing I want to point out, while it's still clear to see everything on the frame, is the heat shield below the master brake cylinder. So there's the master brake cylinder, and there's the heat shield below it. Now I put an extra coating on top of the metal heat shield. You don't have to do that, but I had some, so I did. But I wanted to say it's really important that you have this heat shield. And this is the original heat shield, and I found out that the bolt pattern for my heat shield tells me that my frame, at least, is an early edition of the 1946 Willys. But these heat shields are just vitally important. If you notice, it's a heat shield between the master brake cylinder and the exhaust pipe. And what can happen if you don't have the heat shield is that even though it's only a 4-cylinder engine, the exhaust is very hot, and it will boil your brake fluid, and you don't want that. There's a reason the heat shield is there. They're absolutely essential. You'll have a catastrophic failure if you don't. Your brakes won't work. Now, I learned this by restoring a 1969 Mustang coupe, and it wasn't the brake fluid, but it was the power steering fluid. I put some headers on that car, and the headers were too close to the power steering pump, and basically it boiled the power steering fluid, and just not good. You really have to make sure that the heat shields are in place. Okay, the third thing I want to point out, while it's clear to see, is just a little bit about what's called the clutch tube, which is right here. And I didn't do a video, I probably should have, but there are studs, one stud off of the transfer case and another stud that's on a bracket that attaches to the frame. But what I want to say is that it's not just a clutch tube. There are some inner parts. So if you notice, there are 2 cotter keys, and you'll just have to research this, but between the ball stud and this first cotter key, there is grease, there is felt, there is a metal ring, and then there's a spring. And it's important to have that working correctly. You don't want your clutch to hang up, and you want it to move freely. And likewise on this side, there's not a spring, but there is a little metal, like a washer, and becomes before the cotter key, and there's grease and there's felt. And there's also a rubber grommet here, and also on the inside here, it's the same grommet. And it just makes sure that your clutch tube operates correctly. And also, when you hook up the linkage, be sure to use grease in these places where you have moving parts. Now, the fourth and final thing I want to point out, while we can see clearly, is the grounding strap. And This grounding strap basically connects the metal block to the metal frame. Now here's the engine mount, and even though there is metal above and below the mount itself is rubber. It's not metal. And so there's really no connection. There's no way to ground the two together simply by using the engine mount. So you have to use a significant strap like this. Now, a couple things more about this strap. You can notice up here that there is a lock washer underneath the nut. I also made sure that even this was painted. I took a little grinder and I ground it down to the metal where the strap is connected. And with the lock washer and that too, it's just firmly attached. And then on the bottom side, same thing. I took a grinder and I made sure it was nice bare metal. And likewise, before I put on the engine mount, now the very bottom part of the engine mount is a metal plate. And I cleaned that up. I had a little bit of rust on it. I cleaned it up. And also I masked off where I had painted the frame, and I masked it off, but then I used a grinder to get down to bare metal so that this metal plate that is attached to the frame, and then the strap which is attached to that metal plate with the nut back here, is firmly connected. Also, you can't see it here, but there's a special washer down here. I don't know what you call it. It's not a lock washer, but it's a washer that has teeth in it, and it's made exactly for this, so that when you tighten the nut, everything, that the metal is this cinched together. Now, a grounding strap connecting, again, the metal of the engine to the frame is vital, especially if you want to keep your 6-volt starting system, which I do. And this is one of the secrets. I'll do another video. We'll get closer to installing the electrical and hooking it all up that will explain this. That's it for now. Now, the Jeep project on Scott's Garage is made possible by Kaiser Willys Auto Supply. They are my sponsor for the Jeep project. They've been an awesome sponsor for it. Hey, if you want to get 10% off your order at kaiserwillys.com, use my discount code SGarage upon checkout for 10% off your order. Now, this includes everything with the exception of tubs, tub kits, and tires. Hope you got some value from this update. I'm really excited. It's really coming along. I'm hoping that over the next 2 months that we will complete the Jeep project. But again, if you got any value from this, please give me a like. It costs you nothing, but it's a great value to me. And we'll see you in the next video.